any support they ever want, they'll get it from here. Nice to talk to you, Steve. Say good day to your daughter for us.
Oh, well, thank you.
What a great story. Now, children's cancer must be the toughest thing to deal with. As a father of two young children who've touched wood, and I am touching wood, have never had any illness at all, I can't imagine what it would be like to have a young baby that has a serious illness. Jennifer Brown has certainly had a problem with her first child. Luckily, she's just had a second child. It's tough what you've been through, Jennifer.
Well, it's one of those things, I mean, you're thrown in the deep end and you have to cope with it. Losing our daughter has, despite the joy of birth of our son, has left a huge void in our family, and we just hate to think that other families are going through this every week in Australia, and it's been difficult even up to this point, just thinking that she's no longer with us anymore.
You make the point that the doctor told you that Danielle had a brain tumour, and it's part of the brain that can't be operated on.
That's right, yeah.
How did your husband and you then deal with that? I mean, do you go away and sit down and go, well, why us? Or what's the emotion?
It was one of those moments where time sort of froze for a second, and we just could not take in anything else that was being told to us. It was kind of like a bomb that kept exploding. Your child has cancer. We can't operate. She's not going home with you. It's just, it was one of those moments where I couldn't even look at my partner. It was just, we were both in complete shock and devastation, and we really just couldn't deal with it at the time, and it took a long time for us to come to terms with it in the hospital as we were holding her, and we'd just be holding her, and then reality would sink in. Hang on, this might be the last time I hold her, this might be the last hour, and you just don't know. It's an awful feeling, really.
I don't really want to take you back through it all, but I mean, you're speaking out because you really do want to support this great work that the charity is doing, Children's Cancer Institute of Australia. 9 days you spent there at Westmead. So,
yeah, that's right. We were, after she was diagnosed, she was in a fairly bad condition, and we were told that she would probably only last an hour of life support, maybe up to a day. And so, I mean, we were told that, and we sort of planned our time with her to have no more than a day with her. And as each day went by, we were just so thankful, and despite what we were going through, we were just so grateful to have that extra time with her. I mean, I know it doesn't sound like much of a consolation, but we got to spend some quality time in the hospital, and the staff at the hospital were just fantastic, and they were really kind to us. Yeah.
It's a great place, Westmead. And I suppose you must have been asking yourself through that period, how come a cancer like this can't be picked up or diagnosed earlier?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's one of those things where we had the halfway ultrasound scan that didn't show any abnormalities, and to this day we're still asking, should it have been picked up at that scan, or did it develop after that scan? It's one thing that carried through to the pregnancy of my son. Of course, every ultrasound that I went to was one of concern, and when they told me that he was healthy, a part of me couldn't believe it, because we were told our daughter was healthy, you know. But so they were of course showed due diligence and did plenty of extra scans with my son, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'll just never get over the fact that it really should have been picked up before then. Just don't know how it would have changed our lives if we knew earlier.
Will the Institute and its fundraising go towards trying to come up with a better diagnosis? Is that what the objective is?
Yeah, that's right. With their current appeal, they're hoping to screen some potential new treatments, and hopefully one of these treatments that they've come up with is going to provide some hope to families, so they won't be given a similar prognosis to us. Because at the moment, brain tumours in children, you know, there's not much hope for families out there when they're faced with similar news that we received about our daughter.
When you got pregnant with Dale, how fearful were you during that 9 months?
Oh, it's the fear carries on to today. Really, to be honest, every single month that went by, every single checkup we just count our blessings, because from the loss of our daughter, we just learnt you just cannot take anything for granted. And to be honest, it's been a really fearful time for both of us, and but we've just had to be strong for each other and get through it. And we've got a beautiful, healthy boy with us now, which is fantastic.
How is he? Good?
Yeah, he's great. He's gorgeous, and we love him so much. He's very precious.
Well, I think you're very brave for speaking out about it. It must be difficult to go back through and relive that pain. And as I said, I can't imagine as a parent what it would be like to go through it. But to raise some money for the Children's Cancer Institute of Australia, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful organisation.
Oh, thanks.
The website is all the W's, ourccia.org.au/Danielle. I'll put that up on our website and make sure all of the 2GB audience know where that is, and they can click on and find out all the information.
Yeah, I really hope everybody gets behind it and supports it. I'm a supporter of CCIA. They've been fantastic to me, just in general support through the loss of our daughter, and I think the work they do is amazing. So it's a really worthy cause, and I hope people can find it in their hearts to make a donation.
Pleasure to catch up with you, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Jennifer Brown.